Hey everybody, welcome back to part two and to another episode. This is an update of my David Clark headset that I ordered from Aircraft Spruce and Specialty a few weeks ago. The first headset arrived. It was all dirty, looked like it was used. It had hair in the top pad piece up there, and it was not acceptable the way it was. They even said, when I showed them the pictures, they even said that there was something wrong. That shouldn't have been shipped out to me that way. They sent a replacement headset, which I unboxed live. And so on this replacement headset, it has this upper pad here. Coincidentally, attached to it is a little tag that talks about excellence, David Clark excellence. So it says, we concentrate on providing product distinguished by excellence in performance, quality, reliability, service. If you are dissatisfied for any reason, please call or write. Customer service, their address, their telephone, their fax number, their email. Signed, Richard M. Urella, President. So here's the excellence. This pad up here, it's first of all, it's installed crooked. It's like way over this side and way up high this side. Additionally, these pads up here, this pad here on this side is if you can see my fingers here, is like this thick. It's like that thick. The pad on this side is that thick. So one side is that thick, the other side is that thick. That's in width. In lengthwise, it's the same thing. This one side is short, the other side is long. This side is that short. And I've taken pictures and measurements of it, which I'll put into my final video. But I just want to do a quick live video. So there you can see this side here is smaller than this side over here. Okay. So then you can also see if you put this together like this, see how lopsided it is. it's this part over here is like way down here. This part over here is way up there. And this is how this after a problem, this is how Aircraft Spruce shipped this to me. I believe there's some threads hanging off of here like that right there. I believe they probably took this off and cleaned it, and then they probably smashed this piece in or something and then sent it out that way. Whatever it is, this is David Clark excellence in performance, quality, reliability, and service. So we'll get into that in a moment. Okay. So inside the ear seal is a number. It's right here. There you can see the number there right in the middle. So the number is 1123. We'll get into the significance of that in a. So the first headset I received in May of 2024 said 823. And then later in May of 2024, I received this replacement headset from Aircraft Spruce. It says 1123. So I contacted David Clark and Aircraft Spruce. The ability to contact Aircraft Spruce was more difficult than David Clark. So David Clark put in there, well, that tag on there. Additionally, they put in a note from the president of the company saying, thank you for choosing David Clark. We realize that you have a choice in purchasing communication products and wish to thank you for selecting David Clark. Our communication equipment is designed to provide a performance level of excellence that is appreciated by quality conscious people worldwide. All of our products are backed by responsive customer service and support. Lie. We have well-earned reputation for superior product performance and extraordinary customer service. We intend to keep it and to continue deserving your confidence. Richard Urella, President. Thank you for selecting David Clark. So I emailed Mr. Urella and heard nothing back. And I'll tell you why I emailed him in a moment. Also, on the box, is a warranty. 5-year limited warranty, but within the fine print of that is the language. I've taken pictures of it. I'll put it in my final video. But language saying we reserve the right to send replacement goods that have been serviced, repaired, or at our discretion, all this stuff. So you buy a brand new headset, and then they can decide just to replace it with more junk. Is basically that's what their warranty says. So it's a garbage. The warranty is garbage. The headset is garbage. Okay, so they're not well made. Here's the customer. I found that this customer service card was tucked in underneath the box thing, all torn apart like that. So that's how they had that one stuffed in there. So it says headset accessories. For a complete listing of headset accessories and to place your order, go to our website. Customer service. Additional questions regarding products, repair, reconditioning services, contact our customer service department. So I thought it was good that they put this in there, which Aircraft Spruce doesn't put anything. They put nothing in the box with the thing. It was the headset with all the David Clark information in it. There was nothing in the Aircraft Spruce order that said, hey, if you got a problem or anything, here's how to reach us. So I went on the Aircraft Spruce website, and they have a contact form that I could not submit. And then yesterday they came up with all these reasons that it was my fault that I couldn't submit it. Blame the customer. Warranty registration card. Thank you for purchasing David Clark headset. Please take a moment to register your new headset online. For further customer service, contact our customer service department. So every document in here asks you to contact them and let us solve your problem or whatever. But then when you contact them, it's a different story. So here's use and care information and a noise reduction rating of 23 decibels. My 17 and my 35-year-old headsets actually claim to have better noise reduction than David Clark had. I don't have any way to really test that other than to say that it did seem pretty good. David Clark headset seemed pretty good in lighter weight, less clamping power than my other headset. This like $40 or $50 headset that I'm wearing right now has noise canceling, electronic noise canceling or reduction, and I can't hear anything through it when it's turned on. When I turn it off, it's pretty shocking what I do hear. So, but I understand these are certified. They're TSO. They're certified for aircraft, and they're designed for safety. But I've decided I don't want to trust my safety and my life and potentially my communication if I'm in a life-threatening situation in an airplane as pilot in command. I don't want to trust my communication to David Clark. So but they included the schematic and all the parts, and I think it is good that you can order, down the road you can order any of the parts. There's also the microphone sheet here. So, but look at how even all this excellence and quality, these sheets are all they're kind of all folded like, here's the folds in them. They're all folded like half, crooked and torn. And these sheets here are ripped. I didn't rip them. This one here was stapled to the cable to the side of the headset right about there. It was all stapled. So the only way to get it apart, it was all folded up. Like, here's the folds in it. So it's what I call half-assed. It's half-assed. So for a company that's telling you how excellent they are, it's all half-assed. So Anyway, so then in amongst all that is all the contact us. So I couldn't get a hold of Aircraft Spruce. I did call them. Some really rude guy answered the phone, and I asked for an email address where I could just send the pictures and my original video unboxing the first David Clark headset. And he wanted to know every little detail of my order and my customer number and all this stuff, which I didn't have. I have it written down, but I I just wanted to call them and get an email address because I tried to submit the information by their customer contact form. That now I understand it's my fault that I couldn't submit it. That's what Rob Irwin, who's one of the owners of Aircraft Spruce, told me yesterday. That everything's my fault, and they rather than accept blame for sending out a used headset and now this one that's all lopsided and everything, it's blame the customer, blame the customer, blame the customer. So that's kind of what you tend to find in a third generation family owned business. It's usually the last generation of a family owned business. I I own a company that I started myself, and I deal with other businesses, and I see it all the time. By the time sometimes second generation, very few businesses go past the third generation. That's usually when they crater. And I'm going to do. I have a couple degrees in business and an interesting business background and people that I've worked with that I'll do a video on it sometime. And I'll also do a video on customer service and where I learned customer service and uh, why I don't tolerate bad service or subpar bad products from a company that claims to be, you know, excellence and they claim to be the leader of the industry. Maybe they were 25 years, 35 years ago, but I don't think that's the case anymore. There's other players that have taken over the industry. The um, funny thing, going back 35 years, when I first was taking flying lessons and stuff, I at my little airport we had commuter aircraft that come and go. We had one of the companies was Horizon Airlines, was brand new or fairly new at the time, and I used to go out there in my little 152 and pull up nose to nose with a Metroliner Horizon Air, and both pilots had their green headsets on. And I always noticed that. I thought, well, okay, so that's what all the pros use. Then there was a grocery store chain that had a Cessna Conquest 2 that was pretty cool turboprop of the time. It was fairly new at the time, and we'd pull up. I'd be down doing my run up, and they'd pull up at the end of the taxiway, ready to take the runway, waiting for their clearance. And their both of their pilots had their green headsets on. Uh, Almost every time that I've gone and walked out to a Horizon Air Dash 8 and all the different iterations of their planes over the years, you'd see the pilots sitting up in the cockpit as you're walking up to put your baggage on the cart, and they all had the green headsets on. So they used to be the professional headset. I don't know if that's true anymore, but it's not going to be true for me. So I contacted both companies, and I got an immediate response at 6 a.m. the next morning from David Clark and from a customer service representative. And she said, um, let's see here. So I contacted her, it looks like on May 6th. No, it was before that, I think. Why am I seeing, I don't want to publish these emails, but um, so let's see here. The original email that I got from David Clark, it's back on looks like May 3rd. So I'm trying to contact Aircraft Spruce regarding the used David Clark headset they sent to me, but their online form doesn't allow me to send the form. Very frustrating for what I'd hoped would be a great experience. I love your headset. I tried them on before, you know, but I ordered and paid for a new one, and I got a return one that somebody else didn't want for whatever reason. So I got a, let's see, I sent the pictures, and then I received, trying to find the first. So let's see. So my first email from David Clark was on 5 May 6th, I guess. And she said, um, you can check the date stamp on the headset to determine if it is indeed new. The date stamp can be found on the dome under the ear seal. That's this part here. It is structured as week/year, so the first two digits may be anywhere from 01 to 52. If this is indeed a new headset, I can send you out a new head pad and ear seals. If you could please just provide me with your shipping address and telephone number, I can get those sent out. They were never sent out. So I told her the first one was 0823, so manufactured in February 2023, a year and 3 months ago. In the meantime of all these emails, the only response back from Aircraft Spruce that I got was that they were sending a new headset. And then they also sent me an email. So the customer service manager at Aircraft Spruce said, we're sending you a new headset. And then within moments of that, I got another email from them saying, good news, items from your order have been sent and we've processed a total of $388.80. Thank you for shopping at Aircraft Spruce. So they said they're charging me another $388. Then when I got the headset in the mail, there was an invoice which says terms net 30 on the top box here. And then it says, note, Aircraft Spruce is shipping this replacement product on net 15-day terms. So here's a contradiction right from here to here. Net 30, net 15. On the agreement that defective incorrect product furnished on the initial order will be returned to Aircraft Spruce West within 15 days of this invoice. Date for full credit. If the product is not returned for credit within 15 days, it is agreed that your credit card will be billed for the full amount of this invoice. Credit for the returned product will then be made to the credit card when the product is received. David Clark, H1013S headset, dual plug stereo H10. Thank you for your order. So then the other part is that they shipped right here, shipped via UPS ground. So it took, I don't remember the exact number of days, but I'll figure it out. But it took, I don't know, more than a week. So I had 15 days to return the other headset, but they shipped this one out ground, and they sent a return label. So then, David Clark wrote back to me on May 14th at 5:47 a.m. Said, good morning. I too understand that Aircraft Spruce has sent you a replacement headset and that this one was over a year old as well. Because I told them that this replacement headset has a number 1123 on it. And David Clark said the first two numbers are the week the headset was manufactured and the last two numbers are the year. So this is suggesting this was made in the second week of March of 2023, and it was shipped to me in about the second week of May 2024. So that's a year and a quarter, March, April, May. So that's a year and 3 months. So I said, yes, that's correct. And something is wrong with the head pad. I first tried on all of the David Clark headset models, like 5 different models. There's the 60, there's the 13.4, there's the 13S, the 1X. I went when while I was on a trip, I stopped at an airport and went into a Pilot Supply store, and I should have just bought the this one there at that time. Who knows how that would have turned out, but the one I tried on was really comfortable. I was really shocked at how comfortable it was. This one does not feel that way at all. The main reason I was traveling and I didn't want to have to travel with the electronic item in a box and all this extra stuff. Plus, while I was on a trip, I was in a big city, and I didn't want to. I was There's a lot of crime, and I was just concerned leaving my car parked that with something valuable, then I would have it stolen and turn into a debacle. So I was trying to avoid trouble. So they were very comfortable, like really, and I said like surprisingly so. I was really shocked at how comfortable they were when I tried them on. I also tried on the Bose, which I've used the Bose A20 before. They had Bose A20s in stock, um, and then I'm going to be actually back in that area coming up, and so I may end up just going and buying either a Bose or a Lightspeed. Um, I live a few hours from Lightspeed's headquarters. I contacted them. They were just really nice, and they said you can come into their headquarters and try on all the different headsets and purchase them right there, or they'll ship them for free. They have free shipping from the factory. Um, and they give me all the information on where all the parts of the components of their headsets are made. I sent them a message and asked, and they just provided it all to me straight up. I thought the replacement that Aircraft Spruce sent does not feel that way at all. It doesn't feel comfortable. It feels uncomfortable because this head pad is installed crooked, and one half of it is 30 or 40% smaller than the other half. So more excellence, I guess. So then maybe 50% difference in the size. So anyway, so the date is the 11th week of 2023. So at that point, this is on May 14th, a few days ago. It was yesterday morning. I said, at this point, this is a waste of time. You're supposed to be the industry leader in the headset used by professionals. I asked them, just out of curiosity, where do they make their product? And when did you last make the H1013S? And she said, her response was, the H1013S is an active headset. We are currently producing them now and have consistently for quite some time. Our factory is located in Worcester, Massachusetts, and I'm surprised that the headsets have been on the shelf for that long. Typically, they do not have stock for such a period of time. If you would like to send me your shipping address and telephone number, I can have a new headpad sent out to you. I will also send this email along to my manager so he is aware of this situation. My apologies for this. I said, thanks, I'll wait to hear back from Aircraft Spruce because I don't understand why they're sending me such old product. And I told her I'll send a picture of the entire headpad so she can see. I think I already did that anyway, but I unboxed it live on my YouTube channel, and I've reached out to Lightspeed since their headquarters is about a 2-hour drive, about 2.5 hours with traffic. Their headsets are 3 to 4 times more expensive and A&R, which I didn't really want A&R. I really wanted just a standard noise reduction without electronics because I want to hear the engine and I think I've maybe said this before. I fly in areas with a lot of water, both salt and fresh water. A lot of intercoastal water areas where I fly, and I want to hear the engine. I want to know it's okay and or not okay. I want to be the first to know that there's a problem with the engine, and I don't want to miss that on a electronic active noise reduction headset. And also in flying a single engine piston aircraft, I want to hear the stall horn. I want to hear what's going on, but I want to dampen the sound. When I first started flying, when my dad had a plane when I was a kid, and when I first started taking flying lessons, we didn't wear headsets. We had the little mic, the little tall skinny mic. That's how we communicated with the ATC. So anyway, this really is just a big hassle. It's stupid. It's incredibly stupid for me to even waste any more time for a company that puts all this excellence on all their product. And they don't. The president of the company, whose name is on this, the card and the whole thing, he doesn't even respond. So he seems okay with it, I guess. That's how I interpret that. And I'm a business owner, and I just don't treat my customers this way. And I have customers that I've had for, you know, since I've owned this company for over 25 years. So I've never actually never lost a customer other than companies that go out of business. Um, so then I got a message from one of the owners of Aircraft Spruce, or one of the family members, at least of the family that owns it, who says that's not it. That's not true. The number on the headset here is is the month, not the week. And Aircraft Spruce, I mean, David Clark on multiple emails here has told me that that number is the week one 1 through 52. So then this morning I got a message from some other guy at David Clark who says, I don't know where you got that information. He says, he told me to return this headset to Aircraft Spruce. Yesterday they were going to send me a new headset. And yesterday David Clark was going to send me a new headset. And trying to find the email here from, you get so many emails going back and forth over something so stupid. A total waste of time. So direct from David Clark, the date stamp can be found on the dome under the ear seals. It is structured as week year, so the first two digits may be anywhere from 01 to 52. And then this guy from David Clark this morning at 5:33 a.m. sends me an email that says the person from Aircraft Spruce is correct. So now David Clark has told me two different things. More excellence. There's a theme of lack of excellence. Our legacy headsets, which the H1013Ss have DOM displayed as month year, so 1123 is now November 2023. Our DC Pro X, X2, and DC1X ANR headsets have DOM, which must be date of manufacture. Like I don't work in that industry, but display. So they're using terms that a reasonable person wouldn't know what they mean. Displayed DOM displayed as week year, so 1123 would be the 11th week of 2023. If we informed you that DOM was the 11th week instead of November, we were incorrect. And for my, this is literally what it says, word for word. If we informed you that DOM was the 11th week instead of November, we were incorrect. And for my I can't even read it because it doesn't make any sense. If we informed you the DOM was the 11th week instead of November, we were incorrect, and for my apology. They can't even apologize. So then he sends me another email at 5:35 a.m. Please return the other headset to Aircraft Spruce. They will contact us for return authorization. Which then I get an email from Aircraft Spruce at 9:42 a.m. that says, your return authorization number has been generated. Please see instructions below to complete your return. So print the shipping label and put the other half of the thing, second page with the barcode inside the box. Then it says return authorizations beyond the standard 30-day return window are provided at Aircraft Spruce's discretion with credit issued only to the customer's house account, less restocking fees for future order use. There won't be future orders coming from me. That's for sure. Not with Aircraft Spruce. They can't even apologize for sending out a filthy, dirty headset or this other one, which, according to some people at David Clark, this headset was manufactured in the 11th week or the 11th month. Either way, that's more than 6 months old. It's last year. I'm ordering a headset almost halfway into the 2024, and I'm getting a headset from, the second or fourth quarter no, I'm sorry, the first or fourth quarter, 11th month or 11th week of 2023. Then he says, the vice president of Aircraft Spruce says, I believe so-and-so sent you a label, return your headset, which you were considering old stock. It is. And it's got a lumpy, inconsistent head pad on it. He says no freight charges will be deducted from your return. Once we receive this headset back, we will refund your bank card in full. Yet the Aircraft Spruce deal says please allow 7 to 10. Okay, it says um, here's the fine print. All returns are subject to evaluation. Please use the link below for complete return policy. Credit will be issued to your net account once approved. Let's read that again. All returns are subject to evaluation. Please use the link below for complete return policy. Credit will be issued to your net account once approved. Please allow 7 to 10 business days after the package has been delivered to our location for the refund to appear. So basically, I'm out $400 on this low quality item, which is unfortunate because I thought these were high quality. And so I thought I was going to buy something that would last a long time, whether I would use it as my, first frontline headset or if I would use it for a while and move it over to be a passenger headset. I may decide I want to, well, now it looks like I'm getting a noise canceling headset because the other headset manufacturers that are not A&R, are lower grade, lower price headsets than this. So this I thought was a pretty good headset um, for the cost 4 times as much as a lower cost headset like my old ones that I'm replacing. But I figured I'd probably be buying another one either for my primary passengers or whatnot. But so it's been a learning experience. So Aircraft Spruce says they'll they'll issue a credit to my net account, whatever that means. So what I'm doing is I'm contacting my bank, whose credit card comes with my Visa or whatever I bought it with comes with some purchase protection. So now I'm wasting a couple hours yesterday going back and forth, and probably 4 hours today going back and forth, and contacting my bank and so on and so forth. And they're not even going to refund my money to my card, is what they say. They're going to refund it to my net account once approved after 7 to 10 days after they receive the item back. And they sent me a ground shipping label, so which is right here. So now I have to drive about 20 miles round trip to go to the UPS store to drop off this UPS ground package that's going back to Aircraft Spruce, the second one now going back to Aircraft Spruce. I mailed their other one back once I got this one. So, and I made sure to get a receipt for it, and I'll get a receipt for this one today. So, um, it's just been an unpleasant experience. And the owner or the grandson of the founder or whatever of Aircraft Spruce doesn't even have the humility to apologize for all the trouble. Everything he's tried, everything, and I have a whole string of emails. Everything he's tried to turn and blame on me, the customer, which is just a really really terrible way of doing business. Um, like I said, I've been in business for for myself for over 25 years, and I worked for another company for about 10 years before that. Um, Also, I know people in my customer service video coming up. I'll talk about Nordstrom's, for example, who I know. They're a Northwest company. They actually used to live the one of the Nordstroms who built the company into the clothing empire that it is. Um, when they were just a shoe store, when I was a baby, a little kid, they lived about a block from me here in my town where I live, and they ran the shoe store that then they moved into a new store that became the clothing store and all that. But originally they were just a shoe store. And they have I have a book that I'll reference in my customer service background that how the um, how they handle the book uses Nordstrom's as a case study throughout the book. And they're also big aviators. The one family member in particular I'm talking about has a couple beavers that they fly, and just saw them the other day. But um, the thing about customer service is, once you send out a used item to somebody who ordered a new item or whatever, you know, you kind of have to do the backstroke real fast and try to save that customer. And I I've had very few customer service problems in my own business because we do everything possible to avoid those things from happening in the first place. But if something does happen or a customer has been unsatisfied, we generally, and I have very high valued items, much higher than this, that we sell, as well as lower cost items. But whatever it is, and some things are done on a lease out to the customer, some things are sold directly. But somebody orders something and it's not right, we take care of it immediately. We jump on it, and it's. I hate to say that it's an opportunity, but any problem that comes up in business is an opportunity. And the first opportunity is an opportunity to show your customer that they are important to you, that they matter, they are like family within the business sense, and and they're very important to my business and to me personally as the owner of the business. So what I do is I personally I would go out there myself if at all possible and go out and straighten it out. And I never have in 35 years in business, I've never said to a customer, "What do we have to do to make this right for you?" That's the worst thing you could ever say to a customer. It's like, what that says to me is, what is the minimum that we have to do to make you go away? What you have the opportunity to do is to earn a customer for life who's loyal. And some customers are never loyal, but mine are. Because if there is a problem, and like I said, we don't have very many problems because we avoid them. We don't we don't cause the problem to start with. But when we have a problem, I give the person the item free, and I make it up to them because they had to waste their time, much less time than I've wasted on this $369 headset that with tax and everything is basically $390. Might as well be 400. The that I'm probably not going to get back, according to all these nasty emails I get from Aircraft Spruce that say, you must do this, you must do that, or we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do it all our way. And then I present that to the owner of the company. He's like, oh, I didn't know that our emails and our invoices and things said that. I'll have to talk to our programming department and see if we can change that language on that or whatever. Well, everything they've sent out to me is like, we've shipped you a new headset and billed $388.89 or whatever. You know, that's what it says. And then he says, oh, no, that's not what it meant. Well, that's what it says. When you get an email, you notify a company of a problem, and the next response you get from them is an email saying we've billed you another $388 for this item, and then they send you an invoice that says net 30 right here, net 15 right here, and we're going to bill your credit card for this in 15 days. Well, it's already been 15 days because they shipped the replacement headset UPS ground, which took 8 days or 10 days or something. So by the time I received it, I was already a few days away from the drop dead date, according to this kind of nastily written thing here. And so anyway, what I do with my customers, if there's a problem, I give them the item. I don't care how much it costs. They ordered something that was supposed to be blue and it showed up red, or they got you know the wrong quantity or the wrong size or whatever it is. It could be anything. And some of the items aren't real high value items. They're commodities almost. But their order is, I take this thing, I take the invoice, and I wipe it out. You're not paying for bad service, or the item that you got is the wrong item or whatever. My customers aren't paying for that. I'm paying for it, and then we deal with it internally. I don't throw my employees under the bus and say, oh, yeah, so and so didn't know what they were talking about. Oh, they misinformed you, whatever. If we said whatever, then we're going to stand by it, and we're not going to constantly tell the customer that they're wrong. And there's times when the customers are wrong, but I've never had anybody take advantage of my kindness in business, because I take really good care of my customers, and that's all they care about. They're running their business, and they need our products and services to help run their business and take care of their customers. And that's all they want. And so in this case, I'm a consumer. I'm an end consumer. But I just give them the item and then that they ordered, and I make it up to them. I usually give them something else. Either I give them a gift, or I give them something else in addition to of equal value, whether it's it could be a lot of different things, but I give them something to make up for their hassle, because we failed in some way, whether it was a delivery timeline or the actual item, or there was a misprint or something. Um, let's say if I sold somebody this Seahawk hat and this bird was red and yellow instead of blue and silver and green, you know, it's wrong, or the hat's red instead of navy, you know, then it's wrong. So, I would make it up to them because it caused them stress. They had to call or email or contact us and say, geez, this was wrong, and we were depending on this to to help service our customer, and now that's backed up or whatever. So, it caused a problem. Fortunately, that's only happened a couple times in 25 years. So um, you have to mind the store. There's in the aviation world, it's a tough market because it's a pretty small market and it's not really getting any bigger. There may be a few more people getting into aviation lately, but overall, it's not a growing market. And um, maybe in my customer service and business video, we'll talk about a recent um, aviation company that's gone through a lot of problems. A company that I wanted to buy something from, but um, I won't deal with them for right now because they're bankrupt. And the reason they're bankrupt is they weren't minding the store and they weren't taking good care of their customers, and so now they're bankrupt. But it's and they were putting out a low grade quality product or products as well. So that's what I see going on here. I think David Clark is riding on their name and their old reputation. There's nothing excellent about this product, and the last one I got that was all covered in dirt and everything. There's nothing excellent about that. The the easiest solution to that would be to package these in plastic, a plastic bag or something, even a plastic bag with perforations and um, a little package of silicate to absorb moisture. Um, but then having these sitting around, shipped out, and sitting in warehouses and stuff for such long periods of time is also just a really, really old way of manufacturing, an old way of doing business, and leaving inventory. Um, the other company I was just referencing that's in trouble, um, they had a just completely mismanaged inventory system, completely archaic and out of date. Certainly not in keeping with any modern standards, especially in the aviation world. Um, a company like Boeing, they manufacture their parts suppliers kit everything up, and it's just in time and it's delivered, installed. There's nothing sitting around collecting dirt in a warehouse. So I'm just looking at all the threads hanging off of this thing. Like it's interesting. So this whole thing was installed lopsided, and it's lopsided. It was manufactured lopsided. I mean, I don't know if you can see. It's hard to see with lighting and so on. I took a lot of really good high quality pictures with my new camera to try to document this, and I also used the measuring tape to measure each width and length and thickness of these to show how. I mean, I can just see it with my naked eye right here how thin this is and how thick this is. It's just it's just bizarre. So I don't tell anybody what to do. I wouldn't tell anybody to buy or not to buy something from David Clark or Aircraft Spruce. That's for you to decide. I'm just sharing my experience and the truth of what happened, and in fact, I don't think I was treated very well as a customer, really, of both companies. And when they put out information that says, we're a great company and all this stuff, um, in practice, it doesn't work out that way. I was trying to see here if there's something on the um, trying to see what they say on their website. Aircraft Spruce claims lowest price policy, industry leader since 1965. And you can depend on Aircraft Spruce for prompt shipping and competitive pricing on all orders. But I don't think I want their parts or on my airplane, whether it's an existing airplane or one that I might want to build in the near future. Um, there are other suppliers. There's one that's closer to me in Oregon, and I'm more likely to give them the business because the way I was basically told off by one of the owners of this company and blamed for everything is just not, it's not cool. It's just not how you treat a customer. And this was kind of a test purchase from their company to see how their service is and stuff. I'd hoped that the headset would just arrive and it would be great. I'd be using it a couple times already. I haven't even I I don't have my money and I don't have a headset that I can use other than my old ones, which is fine. I'll use them. I'll use them another 30 years if I have to. But the fact is that I'm out $400 and I don't have a headset or anything to represent that money that's lost, and they're not going to refund my money at all, is what their documentation says. So they say they'll issue it back as a net credit or whatever they said. So whatever that means. But I'll make a whole video on this, a proper video on this in the coming weeks. We'll see what the end result is on this. And now I got to go call my bank, and then I got to drive this thing to UPS before they close. So I'm out that too. It's unfortunate because I thought I was buying a reputable, excellent product, and they don't even have the president of the company who signs all these little things. Even right, I think this one right here, yeah, even this little tag has his name on it. He doesn't even have the courtesy to apologize or say, "Geez, Again, what I would have done, I would have had this would have been taken care of 3 weeks ago, almost 3 weeks ago now, over 2 weeks ago. This wouldn't have gotten to this point, but it's the difference of how you take care of your customers and what your customers mean to you. All this marketing stuff for the cost they spend on it's pretty high quality print, pretty slick print job for what they spend on tying these things on all over the place on their product. They could just deliver a product that's built consistent and straight with two matching pieces that are right next to each other that are installed straight instead of crooked like that. See, I'm holding the headset up even, and you can see how the head pad is crooked over here. My camera's backwards, but anyway, it's weird way to do business. And I always make predictions about these things that when I start seeing these types of things happen with companies, I make predictions that they won't be around very long, and we'll just see. I wish them the best, but um, usually when companies treat their customers like this and put out a low grade product with all this quality stuff, they're not around for much longer. So no doubt they've been clobbered by Bose and Lightspeed, everybody. So we'll see what happens, and I'll do a complete video, but I want to be transparent, and I'll share the good and the bad. Thanks for tuning in on this unfortunate episode of part two. We'll catch you next time with the new headset, maybe. See you here.